What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. So in this video I want to talk about why the malignant narcissists hurt you the most and who they hurt the least. Now, all narcissists are known for their toxic, abusive behavior, but when it comes to who they hurt the most, that's not something we usually think about. That's not something that's usually talked about. But I noticed that some narcissists, they hurt certain people worse than they hurt others. But the malignant narcissists, when it comes to their main targets, their main source of supply, more than likely, they're going to hurt people who are not related to them. Because when it comes to family, the reason why they use family a certain way different than they do their other supply who's not related to them is because they know that with family, it's most likely that they'll be exposed quicker than they will from someone else who they mistreat. So when that mask comes off, it's like the family, when the family becomes like until a certain point in life, however they're related to a narcissist. Say for instance, narcissistic parents. You can get away from your parents even though they are narcissists, and you choose to deal with them on certain conditions. However, when it comes to a narc and other supply, it's like there are no limits to what they will do to hurt you. They don't care about the boundaries, but they'll set boundaries with family because again, they're afraid to be exposed. All narcissists, the biggest threat to all narcissists is being exposed. That's what they are most afraid of. But the chances of you know, like the boyfriend or the girlfriend or just someone who's, have some type of situation or whatever dealings you have with a narcissist, they don't really think of it as being exposed because that way they can work other people the way they need to their advantage to kind of keep you where they need you at. So chances are, it'll be a while before you can expose them. But with family, it's easier for them to be exposed. And I noticed something that the narc will normally say when she's having conversations about her children, her adult children. She would say, "I hate to see my children hurt. I hate to see them in pain." And I'm like, but everybody feel their way about their kids. But it's the way she expressed it. Like, if anything, like I can hurt anyone else and it doesn't bother me. I can, it doesn't bother me. I can see other people hurt and it doesn't bother me. It's like the lack of empathy that the narcissists have towards you is way different from what they have toward their children. It's still a lack of empathy, but it's much, much more when it's dealing with you. It's because they know that they're going to need those children at some point or another. They're going to need them around. They're going to need their family again. It's going to kill them. It's like their security blanket is with the family. And y'all know, family, it's supposed to be that way. When you hear blood is thicker than water, you would think that a close-knit family is like something that the narcissist would have. But even the narcissist would use the family for what they need out of. They will use the family as supply. Narcissists can use anybody. But when it comes to family members, they're less likely to mistreat them the way they would, anyone else. They would mistreat them, but it's just not going to be that bad. You're going to see traits of narcissism in them when they're dealing with family. It's just not going to be that bad. At the same time, the family know that the narcissist has a problem. They know that something is not right. And the family know that the narcissists have a pattern of people coming and going. Like I mentioned that in another video. The family know that the narcissist is not going to have people around for a long time. But the narcissists have, they have created this ideal with the family that, it's just something that they have to accept. That's just how they are. And the family is okay with it because it's family. And it's a different kind of love and connection with family. I mean, unless it's certain family members that just cut you off for good because you just no good. And there are narcissistic family members who you really just have to cut off. Like, say, for instance, a narcissistic cousin. If you have to cut them off, cut them off. But at the same time, of course, it's hard when it comes to the heart because you still love them because of the bloodline, because of the family connection. So that's why they mistreat, supply differently. When it comes to family, they're less likely to treat them as bad as they would treat you. Also, another example is how it's like my ex. Our connection, our lifelong connection is the kids. That was the whole plan. To start a family, to have that connection to me forever. Well, he thought that, but it's not like that. Let the narcissist think what they want to think, as long as you set those strict boundaries and stick to them. When it comes to the children, they know that, they're confident that the children is going to continue to come around and sometimes give them supply that they're not even expecting because they're children. When you have children with a narcissist, expect for, the children to not be so quick to cut the parent off because of their parent. And you need both parents. You need your parents for love and support and all of that, and a good support system. And even though the children know what the parent lacks, it's not going to really stop them from dealing with them all the time, maybe for a little while, and then they'll come back around again. My children do that all the time with their dad, and I tell them, you don't have to deal with them. But at the same time, I have to put myself in their position that is their father. That's the only way that I can look at it. But I don't have feelings for him. I don't care anything about how he feels. Because of course he's a narcissist and he don't care about how I feel or them. It just depends on certain conditions. It depends on what benefits him. Because he has definitely done this in the past. Tried to use them, like, do something to them to get to me. And then when he love bombs them, when he tries to reel them back in, he do something. He do enough to get them back to at least communicating. But he know that that'll never mean anything with us. It'll never make anything better with us. They will never really open up the lines of communication with us. But he know that that'll get my attention because those are my children. And you don't mess with my kids. I don't care who you are. And he know this. So yeah, it's just a huge difference with the way the malignant narcissist treats the family members, against other supply. Narcissists mistreat everybody, but it's just certain ones that they don't go, as hard on as they do with others. So thank y'all for watching. Leave your comments down below, and I'll talk to you soon.